So you became a lawyer?
I did, yeah. It's
in UCG, you qualified in college in Galway?
You'd have to go to Dublin to you get primary degree in Galway, but to qualify as solicitor you had to put at least 1 year in Dublin in the Law Society school. In those days also you had to work full time in an office for 5 years. It's now a shorter apprenticeship period, but I worked in an office in Galway called Bill Gavin's, which is still there, and he ran a very tight ship in the sense that if you had a 9 o'clock lecture, he'd expect you up in the office at 10:15. He'd have your cases to do and jobs to do and message run, go down to court and so on. And then if you had a 12 o'clock lecture, you could leave at 11:15. So I didn't have much time to spare during my time in Galway. I kept hopping on my bike up and down. But it was good training. And then in Dublin, you went up to do your final year's lectures. And my friend Tom Durkin was finishing his year at the same time. So we were back together again after having me together here in the National School. It was interesting. It was smaller then. The number of lawyers around was smaller. There was only about 1,200 in the country altogether. The class was smaller. And interestingly, there were very few girls in law. There was about class around 50 or 60. There was about 5 girls in it. Now the ratio has gone, as it is in medicine, I think, gone completely the other way now. But
and what year did you qualify?
61.
61, yeah. And what did you do after that then? You
came back and started in town.
On your own?
Yeah, well, the going rate, the things were very depressed then as well, and the going rate for a solicitor in Dublin was £6 a week. Digs were around £3.50 to £4 a week, or £3.10. So you had the option of staying on in Dublin and living on the £2 a week, which I should probably done to get some experience, or else you come home and live at home and see how things went. But I came back to Westport anyhow.
And where was your office?
Yeah, on James Street.
On James Street. Always on James Street.
It was, yeah.
Who works for you there?
Cat McKenna was first. She'd be an aunt of Joe McKenna, McKenna the barber now.
Yeah.
And various Teresa Coyne, Noreen Broderick, then later Brady Gavin, now Brady Dunning. And
what kind of stuff did you do?
I did general practice, you take whatever comes, and be interesting because you could be out around court and out the countryside having disputes, title disputes, looking at land and dealing with people. And I had advantages. Both my father and mother had been in business, and my grandfather had been in business in town, so I was reasonably known and a certain kind of base there. But it was interesting work. Later on, a friend of mine died who was doing council legal work in Castlebar, and I had to go over that side of it. So I was doing quite a lot of work for the county council and later for the urban council here, which also was very interesting from the planning point of view and so on.
They had a very broad range of stuff to do.
It was, yeah. It is, yeah.
That makes it more interesting, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's you don't know what happens when you start the week. You don't know where you end up. What activity you be doing. Like in other professions, accountancy, they can program. They know they're an audit in such a place for the week, and that's it. But solicitor, you're like a taxi man. You don't know what demand to come in or where you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you could be down at District Court for the day, or it could be up in the High Court in Dublin. It's impossible to plan it.